Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. You know what? Just to, send a message to the critics, I'm thinking about going to see Black Adam again. After all, I really enjoyed Black Adam. But the criticism that Black Adam has got, I think, is a little bit reaching and I think is absurd. And now we have a discussion and now we're having talks on whether the basically the criticism of Black Adam is racially motivated. And look, here's the thing. Don't come on here talking about so critics can't have an opinion, so I can't have an opinion of the critics. It's funny how everybody always have an opinion and love to analyze what we say and what we do. So, everybody love to say and analyze and say what they think we thinking. I don't know what y'all was thinking, but y'all shouldn't have thought that, motherfuckers. But anyway, look, I'm not going to go as far as to say whether it's some, racism behind it. I don't have enough proof, but it's always, hey, it's always, you know what I'm saying? It's always a question mark. Because the way this movie, to a certain degree, has been torched by a lot of movie critics, I think is unwarranted and I think is unfair. Saying it's one of the worst movies ever made. Are you kidding me? Do they mean worst comic movie made or worst movie, period? Because it definitely ain't the worst movie ever made. Did y'all ever see the sequel to Gremlins? Y'all ever see Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins? Y'all ever heard of Howard the Duck? Y'all remember Waterworld by Kevin Costner? Y'all remember The Postman by Kevin Costner? Yeah, y'all sure y'all want to have that conversation? So you mean to tell me this movie is worse than Morpheus? And Morpheus wasn't that bad. I actually liked it. You mean to tell me this movie wasn't worse than the sequel to Venom? The sequel to Venom was terrible. I'm just keeping it 100. I've seen some horrible movies before, and Black Adam isn't even close to being one of the worst movies ever made. I think that's reaching, and I think that's where people are getting suspicious. For real. You ever see Superman 4? Like I said, y'all sure y'all want to have that conversation? Come on, don't play these games. You ever see this movie called Hardware? Yeah. With Dylan McDermott? Yeah. Y'all sure y'all want to have these conversations? You ever see the sequel to Ace Ventura? You ever see the first version of the Fantastic Four that was like made in the 80s? Okay, so just stop it. You ever see some of those Batman movies after Michael Keaton was replaced as Batman? You ever see the one with George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger? So I'm just keeping it a buck. Where this criticism of this movie is coming from is I just think it's absurd. And this is what you call finding something wrong. It just appears to me that they just already had it. Some of these people already had it on their minds to just trash this movie no matter what. And that's why Dwayne Johnson said, hey, I didn't make this movie for the critics. I made it for the fans. But yeah, to say that this movie is one of the worst movies ever made, I think that is not a understatement. That's a overstatement, which means that you went over the top and you went overboard. That's just absurd. And don't come on here talking about, oh, people can't have a right to their opinion. Yeah, you can have a right to your opinion, but when you flat out like telling lies, saying it is one of the worst movies ever made, like what, worst 50, worst 100, what? I know you don't mean top 10. Come on now, for real. I'm just saying, this is just, I mean, this is just ridiculous to a certain degree. And this is why people are thinking, okay, some of the people that are criticizing this movie is just flat out being suspect. But like I said, I don't have enough proof, but it wouldn't surprise me. I don't put nothing past anybody, especially people, that's members of the Powdered Milk Village. That's just real talk. I seen the movie. A lot of people didn't understand some of those undertones that and subliminals that was in that movie. And maybe some people did. And I think that's why some people was like, uh-oh. But yeah, these people are nuts. That's just real talk. And I got to call complete bullshit. Super cap. Okay? It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.